Good afternoon. Oh, mango just felt my butt. That was random. So, if you watch the first Bio Fertilizer video, that was our first recipe, and the concoction that I made there was sort of my own recipe, let's call it that, after reading a bunch of stuff on the net and so forth, and I came down to that. Then in that garden update video I spoke about, we bought the big blue drum, and I wanted to make sort of our garden's Bio Fertilizer 2.0, and this is it. And the big thing with that first Bio Fertilizer and our garden as a whole is we're very carbon dominant. What I mean by that is we've been composting, we've been using worm juice as fertilizer and the cow manure and all that. Those are all plant-based nutrients and minerals. So this garden is definitely dominant in terms of its nutrient cycling coming from plants and to plants. Now, one of the things that's sort of materialized after speaking to a bunch of people and things, that the soil is not just decomposing plant matter, which is compost, and it's one key component of soil is the underlying parent rock that decomposes below the soil, and that gets smaller and smaller into the individual minerals that the plant takes up. What really breaks down these rocks to a point where plants can access the minerals that are in the rocks is done through microbial life, microbiology. And with me predominantly just using compost, I'm lacking a very key component, unless the plant's roots go through the compost and reach the soil, but then again they will be straining to get that stuff out. So the point of the Bio Fertilizer 2.0 is to provide a biofertilizer that's got the same qualities as that first biofertilizer that we made, but in this case we enriching it with a lot more minerals. One of the things that I want to enrich it with is bones. There's a lot of calcium, obviously, phosphorus, there's some potassium in here, so we want to get at this. But for me how do I get this into a plant available form is something very, very different. So I've been thinking about it, and remember when in my biochar video I spoke about you can basically make charcoal out of anything biological. So here's the theory. Technically I can make biochar out of this, and what that means is, and it's actually something called bone char that I came across now while researching it. Now bone char, it still holds that phosphorus, calcium and potassium, but it's going to make these bones a lot more brittle. Once I've charcoaled it, I can get the hammer out and break this really, really fine. And then we'll go to the next step. Ek breek hierdie bene op. Okay, versigtig, né?
Okay. This tired.
Ja, strong. As jy baie sterk is, dan sit jy hom.
Something gone smoosh.
Etienne, do you know why we're doing this?
To mix up this and to it's much more easier.
What nutrients are bones made from? What minerals?
Snap. I'm not sure.
Calcium. Calcium is a big one, and phosphorus. And there's a bunch of other stuff as well. There's a lot. It's a big mixture. So So we're going to use that calcium and that phosphorus in the garden. So we're going to make a fertilizer out of these bones.
You mush these out.
It'll be very, very good. Okay. Pass op. Pass op, Etienne. Good morning. Continuation on my Bio Fertilizer video that came a little while back. So Bio Fertilizer 2.0. And that's, even during that video, I was already communicating with Mr. Whittaker from the kids' school, Bryden. I can make a biofertilizer that is mineral rich as well as biologically rich, and it's just a really, really simple process actually. And in that update video I alluded to this drum, so we're going to make it in that. So all the things that you need basically, what I'll show you now, is this blue drum, which is sealable. It needs to be airtight. I've made a one-way valve. This little nozzle here is just those tiny little nozzles that you get at any of the irrigation type shops, just to make a one-way valve. Then and this pipe is going to be for an airlock, so all I'm going to do is put some water in, and there we go, on top of here it's an airlock, because we are going to be fermenting. So what we're going to be doing is creating a situation where this and the cow dung break down this, which here's just ash, just normal ash. Then there's a lot of things said about rock dust or quarry dust and stuff. I struggle to find it, but after chatting with Mr. Whittaker, you can be open-minded here as much as you want. Basically, you want very, very fine stone material. So what you can get clay, but what I've done is we've got a quarry close by, a road quarry where they get some gravel quarry. So I took some of that gravel and I put it into a big bucket and let it settle, threw off the water, and then just poured off the first sort of half of the silt, mixed it up again, and went through that process till to a point where I've got really, really fine broken down rocks basically. So this will have a lot of minerals in it, and we're looking for those sort of missing trace elements. So between this we should get there. So we got ash, and then something that is phosphorus rich is bones. So what I did was basically the same process, but beforehand I burnt it. So this is just burnt bone that I've crushed up, and that's also going to go in here. Yeah, so basically we'll chuck all of this together and fill it up with water and let it ferment, or let these microbes do their thing. I don't know how long, I'm reckoning a month or 2 months. It would have broken all of this down with this material is plant available. It's as simple as that, and I thought I was going to chuck in some gigelia juice as well. Yeah, simple as that. see what it looks like in 3 weeks. I can't remember when I said a lot of life has passed, so I think this is longer than 3 weeks. Let's have a quick look at how this looks. I did top it up with molasses at some point. Oh, I need something to stir. I opened it up maybe 2 or 3 times during this last 2 months or so, and right in the beginning a lot of that cow manure was floating on the top. As that bacteria started to work on it, it started to break down into finer bits, and a lot of the gunk started to settle down at the bottom. So now when you stir it, there's a lot of stuff at the bottom. You can see the bubbles. It was incredibly effective. I just want to show you some of it now. So we're just going to take some out, and I'll sieve this for you now. Okay, just very quickly, just want to show you how this looks once we sieve it a bit. Just how finely the stuff is broken down. Okay, so it's broken down really finely. That's all that material that I put in, and that's thanks to the bacteria and all the other microbes that was in there. So this is much stronger than that first bio fertilizer that we made, and I'll dilute this 1 to 5 to 1 to 10, a lot stronger. But what I found what was really good with this is mix it with some worm juice and mix it 1 to 5 and use it as a foliar spray. I'll show you the whole process of a foliar spray in a future video. Anyway, thank you. I hope everyone's learned something from this. It's been an amazing journey putting all this together and learning, just constantly learning. But yeah, if you like this, please like, subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Cheers, bye.